morning. You know what today is. Today is when my son gets an opportunity to have another life. Let's do this.
For those who don't know us, this is me, Scott. This is my wife, Katie, and this is our son, Super Ted. We are the Bridge family, trying to get the most out of this rat race we all call life. On the 24th of February 2023, our whole world got turned upside down when we got told our 9-month-old son had been diagnosed with high-risk AML leukemia. For anyone that doesn't know what that stands for, it's acute myeloid leukemia, which is a type of blood cancer. Yes, I said it. Cancer. As you can imagine, life froze. Every parent's worst nightmare was happening right in front of our eyes. With childhood cancer happening more and more frequently across the world, we decided to document our journey from start to finish to raise awareness and give cancer within children the exposure it deserves. We hope these videos give people a raw, detailed insight into what's involved, the treatment, the day-to-day hospital life, the emotions that come with having a child with cancer. So ladies and gentlemen, buckle up as we take you along on this whirlwind of a journey to save our son's life. And remember, live for today, as tomorrow is never promised. So if you're interested in following our journey, don't forget to like our video, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you can stick with us on this battle against cancer.
Today is a new cell day. What a time to be alive. What a day in the calendar. Today my son gets his new magic cells. What an incredible statement that is. He gets a new chance at life. He gets to live again. All because of one amazing cord from some beautiful Cypriot woman that was banked 5 years ago. It blows my mind. So it's just a message out there to people that want to get on the donor registry. Get on the anti-Nolan donor registry or the DKMS. You may get an opportunity like us today to save a life. Wow. The sun is shining. I'm heading to hospital now. Today is going to be a bloody good day. Let's go, Super Ted. Let's go. Look at the pedal on this line bike. Hitting the frame every time I cycle, but I haven't got time to change the bike. I need to get there and start this day. Excuse me, did you know my son gets his new cells today? Excuse me, did you know my son gets his new cells today? My son gets his new cells today. Hey Laurie, did you know my son gets his new cells today? Hey police, my son gets his new cells today! Hey London, did you know? My son gets his new cells today! My son gets his new cells today. What a day! Excuse me, did you know my son's having his cells today? Hello.
Good morning.
Hey baby. You okay?
Yeah.
My mum had given us the night off before cell day, which meant the world, but it was time for her to go home. She was right. This was what we've been waiting for. His chance
one and only chance at a second chance at life. Now we'd said our goodbyes, it was time to lift the mood and get ready for the best day of our lives. And make it the best day of his life, our son, our very own real life superhero, Super Ted.
You're gonna have some magic cells. Less than 2 hours.
Less than that, it's an hour and 20 minutes away. They're meant to be coming up at 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. And this is weird. We were just saying this. We're not huge numbers people, but obviously he was born on the 11th of May at 11:11. And as you guys know, the aunties have done him an advent calendar. And today, on his new cell day, is number 11. Tell me that's not weird. And also, it's not planned as well because of the fact that we started the advent calendar delayed because of all these neutrophils. So, extremely weird. But, yeah. Today is the day. So our cells will be coming up at around about 12 o'clock today, and it is now 10 past 11, so as you can imagine the nerves are getting pretty hectic. They will run as a normal blood transfusion for an hour. There's loads of different ways in which cells can be given, depending on whether they're fresh or frozen. Some arrive in a frozen chamber, but ours apparently have been counted and all prepared downstairs, so they would just arrive in a bag, and apparently somebody has to sit in with us for the hour whilst it's being transfused into his body, because once upon a time a bag split and they had to catch them all in a tray. So now that is the standard protocol for people to sit in whilst the cells transfuse. But yeah, it's fairly underwhelming, to be honest. There isn't a huge amount to there's no fireworks, there's no big entrance or anything like that. It's just a bag of cells. So obviously we'll record that for you guys and yeah, and share that with you. But yeah, we're excited. Today's a good day. Today is the start of our new chapter. So he is fairly suppressed, getting a little bit annoyed. As our eyes burnt through the clock, we watched hours turn into minutes and minutes turn into seconds, and finally the time was here. Teddy's life-saving cells had arrived on the Fox ward. The cells are in the building and they will be here in 5 minutes. So this is the moment we have been waiting for since the start of this diagnosis. And the vibes are good. Where's the main man? There he is. Oh, anxious times. But in approximately 4.5 minutes, he'll be attached to this machine, being pumped into his body to save his life. Go on, Teddy B! Without these cells, over time, Teddy's time would be up. But from today, we celebrate his second day of birth as he has given a second leash of life. And in these extremely anxious times, we burn down the clock by the only way we know how to, dancing around the ward like two completely lunatic parents. Wow, Ted, look at that t-shirt. Super Ted's Cell Day. Thank you to Brave Little Lions who sent that for us, and we are repping that strong whilst he has his cells infused, which should be in T-2 minutes. This was our chance. A chance to fight for survival. A chance to be normal. A chance to be loved unconditionally by his parents and family. The road after these cells is vertical, to say the least. But it gives us a chance to be forever grateful and in debt to our beautiful Cypriot mother, who selflessly donated her umbilical cord 5 years ago. Whoever you are, and wherever you are, from the Bridge family, you're our hero.
Yeah, so 78 mils of cells, so it'll go over half an hour.
There it was, 78 millilitres of Cypriot cord cells that were going to save our son's life.
It's like cherry aid.
Yeah.
In this moment, there was no words. Just needed to breathe.
Doesn't always work the first time.
Ready?
Ready? Yep. There we go. All in.
We turn the page of our book, and the new chapter starts here.
Magic cells are in. Teddy, yeah! Say yeah!
He's speaking Cypriot now. It is mind-blowing how this one-way ticket saved his life. Hey Ted. Absolutely mind-blowing. They've put the 30 mils of flush in to make sure that every single cell is out of that bag and into his body. That we can still see some there. Come on, off we go.
Smells like a future. You do smell weird though, mate. It does, definitely. You do see smells. It smells meat.
Cue me talking to the cells like I'm herding a flock of sheep. Go on. Off you go. All of you down. Come boy! Here you go. Come boy! You still see some of the, see all the red? Go on. Chop chop. What's your new home? Nervous. I can happily confirm that what I was saying, that I could smell him, is completely normal. It's apparently the preservative that was put in the bag to preserve all the cells, but Kate thought I was going mad and kept saying how I'm just really weird. But he stinks of like a carroty, sweet corny, meaty substance. Apparently, it gets, you can smell it up to 2 days after the transplant, and she said within 2 hours they'll be able to smell it on the corridor because it's that strong. So this nose don't lie, your nose doesn't work. No, it is absolutely ginormous in fairness. But meet Pedro, our newly born Cypriot child, born on the 7th of July, age 0 hours, weighs 10 kilograms, standing tall at 86 centimetres, and his favourite thing is a pack of quavers.
He has had the cells of a 5-year-old cord from Cyprus. So there is a 5-year-old child somewhere in Cyprus that is walking around with exactly the same,
Christos is a Cypriot boy, no?
exactly the same cells as Teddy. So he is officially renamed and rebirthed on the 7th of July, called Pedro. Pedro Bridge.
Teddy B.
Teddy B, there we go. Where do you see those hooves on 65 inches on the wall? Good morning guys, hope everyone is well. Teddy had his new magic cells yesterday, and late last night we had a meeting with the doctor who said that they took samples of the cell blood after it was defrosted, and they always sent them off just for precautionary checks,
and we had some news that the sample from the cells from the blood cultures has come back with something that is growing in it, which is not ideal and not what we wanted to hear. But it's just again another bump in this road. So they've obviously, because it's so small at the minute, they don't actually know what it is, but they're obviously sending it to the labs to then let it grow over the next few days to then actually understand what it is that is growing in these cells, which is gutting, to be completely honest with you, because we just pray it's nothing bad. You just assume that these cells that are going in are tip top and are perfect and where they need to be, but to know that his cells were infused with something growing in last night or yesterday is devastating. It really, really is. But so they've taken immediate action, have started him on antibiotics 4 times a day. The unfortunate thing is that the antibiotics that they have now put him on is a drug called vancomycin. And the last 2 times he has had this, I believe as a parent, they still haven't diagnosed it as this, but I believe as a parent, is what gives him a rash. And he had that horrendous rash in the first round of chemotherapy due to potentially the HHV6 gene or this vancomycin. But the bottom line is we need to get whatever's growing in his new cells in his body now under control with these antibiotics, and hopefully we're hoping to hear around about Sunday, Monday time what's growing and the course of action going forward. So not ideal, not the news that we wanted on this Saturday morning, but nonetheless we're in the right place still. It's one of those day-by-day situations. Don't let it eat you up too much, and yeah, we've just got to stay positive for him. But he's consuming milk really well, he's sleeping a hell of a lot, and I think he's just totally wiped out, which is understandable. His body is taking a battering from the chemotherapy, let alone having new unfamiliar cells. I dread to think what's going on inside that little body. Yeah, just a little update, and obviously we'll keep you very, very closely updated into what the further course of action is going forward.
How you feeling, Ted? Day +1 for your new Pedro cells. Woo woo!
So, because we are going to be here for quite a while, I decided that today is the day that we are going to decorate our little cosy corner. So my mum has kindly bought me up a load of pictures that are laminated, some washable, and some fairy lights, and some bunting, and all the rest of it. So I'm going to decorate our bedroom. Here goes. There we go. Much better. I mean, it looks tacky as, but it's our nice little safe haven to remind us of all our special people we have surrounding us. There we go. It's day 12 of the Auntie Advent calendar. You're going to open it? Wow! What you got, Ted? Easy grip jumbo crayons. Wow, what does it say?
What is the worst vegetable to have on a boat? A leek.
Like it, like it. You clever boy. Do you want Daddy a picture? Well done. This is the classic thing that you worry about of things like oncology parents. We've just given him a bath, I'm not sure you can see, but his patch here has now gone red, but it's probably because we've just put him in the bath and it's radiating heat from there. But we press the buzzer because we're just going to check with the nurses, because you just never ever know. So better to be safe than sorry, but we shall see in a minute when the nurse comes in and tells us otherwise. But yeah, constantly worrying. Teddy has been absolutely amazing. His appetite's been brilliant. He's been really, really active, crawling about a lot when he's been off his lines. And yeah, She's got this looming dark cloud over her head about potentially what's growing in these new cells that he had, but we don't expect to find out for another 24 hours. It takes 48 hours for anything to grow in a lab to then therefore test it further to understand what it is. But fingers crossed for good news for that. Other than that, he's been amazing. He's back up taking like high litres of milk, like he's taking up 200ml bottles at the minute, which is incredible for him anyway. And he's napping loads, which is great, because when he sleeps he recovers, which is fantastic, and when he wakes up he's happy, so I generally can't ask for more than that. We've got a very, very bitty night tonight, but because of the antibiotics he's on 4 times a day, so they are running throughout the night as well, and he's constantly on 2. He's on 2 medications at the minute. One's vancomycin, which he's got to have again in 6 hours, which will work out around about 12 o'clock, which runs for an hour and a half. And then he's on another one, which runs for 2 hours, I think. And he's just had all these oral meds, one to protect the liver, one as a prophylactic, just as you just lose track. But yeah, the amount of stuff going into that poor boy's body is ridiculous, but he's taking it in his stride like the true tramp that he is, so we shall see what this night brings. Could have some bags and tomorrow morning to say the least. If he can take it in his stride, so can we. But that's just about rounds up today, and look forward to another lovely day tomorrow. Let's go, Tits. Went to sleep around 3 o'clock in the morning, and then by 5 o'clock I left him in his pram. By 5 o'clock he had so many medications being put through his line. I was still staring, half asleep, and it's now 6:30 and he's still asleep in his pram. What a little gem. So I just went and got myself a nice coffee, and I'm ready to start the day. Sorry, but he's got a life-threatening illness, and who lays with their hands behind their back whilst they receive life-saving medication? My son does. That's Super Ted. The amount of times he's done that when he's had echocardiograms in the past, he's just laying there like it's 7:15. I'm itching to get him up, I'm bored of sitting in bed. I want to do something now. I've got the whole morning to play and stuff, and he's still napping. But never wake a sleeping baby. Oh! Welcome to the party, little one. It's only 7:25. Do you having a lay-in? Say morning, everyone. That morning was going so swimmingly until he's just thrown up his whole bottle of milk. It went all down and all straight back up. So another day in the life of a cancer kid, but we're going to give him half an hour's rest now. I'm going to try and get some little bits of milk in him, get myself cleaned up because I stink. Hoo-wee! Yeah, try him on 100 mils of milk in half an hour. Hopefully his gut's rested, and we'll see where that goes. Third outfit change of the day, hey Teds? Yeah. We love washing, don't we, mate? Even Teddy's understood the BMT rules that everything needs to be clean, so even he starts cleaning his own iPad now. Clever boy.
I know it seems magical, but try it. Hallie, don't give it in.
And it even cleans his own pillows. One of the huge benefits to having an NG tube is that if he is down on his fluid allowance, we can just top him up with some water. So I'm going to take you through the process of how we use his NG tube. This is obviously the tube that runs into his nose and down into his stomach. So you take the end off, attach a syringe and pull a millimetre. As you see that liquid, you can cap it back off and squirt that liquid that should have come straight from his stomach onto this little strip here, and instantly that will start to change colour. Once that changes colour, you then marry that up to somewhere on the chart. So I would say that's around
5, which is good because anything below 5.5 means that it's in his stomach. So that means I can go ahead and basically put some water in him. So to get the water, get one of the big syringes, pop it in and draw however much water you want. In this case we're going to go for 50 ml. Put it straight down his NG tube. Simple as that. And then a clutch and a screw up. And that is how we keep his fluid target up. You what's it, monster?
It's so funny. Teddy started doing this thing. You know, like horses, if they like something, they raise their top lip. Teddy started doing it. There we go.
It's so funny, your little horse smile. It's confirmation that these Watsits are elite. Are you having a poo? Are you having a what shit? You are having a what shit. Yeah, very well done you. Fantastic. Right, then you better get some gloves on and get equipped.
Also, I forgot to update you yesterday. Turns out his little red patch around his central line was just because of the fact that he had a hot bath, and I'm assuming the little cling film that goes over the top was just causing extra heat. But talking of heat, he's just had a temperature of 37.4 and his heart rate is up. So we could be going into our first fever or infection or something. He's obviously, we know he needs bloods, which are coming up later today. He's pretty well behaved / suppressed, whichever way you want to look at it. Watching the legend that is Miss Rachel. But yeah, this could be the start. We're day +2 I think now. So yeah. We shall see. We shall see. But it could be the start, guys, of this, when this steps up a gear. Fingers crossed it isn't there. So I think we're 3 days into the vancomycin now, and his tummy's got, and the whole body is warm, but he's also got a slightly red kind of colour to all of his skin. Not rashy at all, but it's got a red glow to it. It's almost like he's a little bit sunburnt. So I'm just registering this just to see if it gets any worse.
2 days post-transplant and we are snacking and having story time.
You really are a slouchy, grouchy couch potato, Miss Carrot says, making a silly face.
Pack horse is ready to go home with the washing. Good night, my boy. I'll be loads proud of you. Tomorrow's a new day. Good morning. Another Monday rolls around, and that just about brings us to the end of week 2 here during this BMT journey. Hopefully today we are going to be finding out some results about what is happening with Teddy's new cells and what was growing in them before they were administered into him. So we're obviously a little bit nervous about that. So make sure you come back next week to see what those results are. We are praying for good news, because if we get bad news into his new cells, that's not good. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you're new around here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like our videos, put your comments below, and hit that notification bell so you get reminded when we put up some new videos. And as always, live for today, as tomorrow is never promised. See you later.